I'm Ralph Bivins, and welcome to the Ralph Bivins Project. We're here today to discuss new things happening, new things being built, new things being developed, and how our state, how our city is changing. And we're really fortunate today to have with us as a guest Acho Azuike, who's with DC Partners, a Houston-based development firm, but they're doing things in other cities and a lot of really exciting stuff too. Um, if you've driven down Allen Parkway, just west of downtown, you've seen the Allen, which is coming out of the ground there. It's a very ambitious project, multiple buildings by DC Partners, and Acho he's there, and he's COO and at DC Partners, Chief Operating Officer, and he oversees a lot of the development program. And that's going to be a very big project with office and hotel and condos and I think what I read in your material, almost $500 million projected cost. That may be higher now. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was a while ago when we put that in there. But no, thanks for having me.
It's going up for
yes, sir.
The builders say lumber is going up like crazy. And
yes, sir.
What's going on? What's going on at the Allen? Tell us about that.
No, great. No, thanks for having me. We're excited about the Allen here. We currently we have going on is phase one right now, which is a retail pavilion, about 62,000 square feet of retail, and then we have a hotel condo project. We're bringing the Thompson Hotel flag to Houston. There we have about 170 keys there, and another 100 condo units at the project. So we're excited about bringing that brand. We're actually, we started working with that brand on our San Antonio project, where I'm located at right now. But Thompson is a great brand. It was recently acquired by Hyatt, luxury boutique brand. I think it's going to help fill a void in Houston that we're looking to bring more hotel, that luxury brand to the market in Houston. So we're excited about that. And in the retail, we're excited about just being on Allen Parkway, adding to the park. Buffalo Bayou, the city put a lot of work and money into that, and so being able to complement that and help make sure that the city's all the efforts they did went to good use.
Is that a multi-story retail building?
Yes, it is. It's four stories right now, sir. So 4 stories. So
all retail all the way up.
So. All retail all the way up. Yes, sir. With a rooftop restaurant bar, and then the rest more.
That will be a popular place because Buffalo Bayou Park.
Exactly, overlooking the park. That's exciting stuff. Yes, sir.
Really, skyline is pretty fantastic around there.
Yes, sir. And on the hotel front as well. Condos, we've been, we started pre-sales on that back in 2019, and we're seeing, surprisingly, even through the pandemic, we've seen a lot of interest specifically in our penthouse units. We've taken each of our projects that we've done in the past and continue to learn from them, and we started adding more and more penthouse type opportunities in our condos. Listening to what our buyers are looking for as far as in the design, bigger closet spaces, bigger just spaces in general, to where people are looking to downsize from their, McMansions and other things like that, but they still want the space. They still want to see themselves living there and being able to fit all their stuff there. One of the biggest things as well that we saw was people had pets, and they wanted to continue to, take their pets with them to the condos. And how does that work? So we built in a porch potty system to where if they have dogs, they can put something on the patio there to where they can take their dogs out there, instead of having to go all the way down, go outside to the park. So,
man. That's
exactly. So we're excited. We just want to keep taking what we've learned in our past and continue to add and grow and make each project better.
The penthouse there at the Allen. I don't mean to get too personal. What does this cost? How much would a penthouse at the
So that's a good thing. We have different levels of penthouses. You might have your full floor type penthouse. You might have half a floor. Depending on what your views look like. But we're shooting anywhere in the high 600s, 700s per square foot that we're looking to sell. So penthouses are going to be the 700-800s, and so we're trying to bring that type of dynamic to Houston. You look at other cities like New York, Chicago. There's so much more condo inventory. and you see Houston, we're starting to get more with some of the other projects being developed, but the pricing that we're seeing here, we have a lot of people from out of town looking to buy here, and they think it's affordable as far as the pricing.
Okay, so a penthouse, the total sales price on your biggest penthouse is going to be what? 500?
Right. 500,000. I wish. No, so I mean, $800 a square. We're looking, the high millions, probably like $7-8 million on stuff like that. So yeah.
Like, and some of the buyers probably pay cash too, I bet,
Some, but the good news is people can come in now and put down their earnest money deposits, and they don't have to complete until the final, the end of the project. So they have some time now since we're not ready to be done yet.
4-story retail.
Mm-hmm.
Houston shopping center history, Gerald Hines originally wanted four levels on the Galleria,
mm-hmm.
But his partners didn't want that, so it settled with a 3-story. Anyway, that's 3-story is pretty unusual.
Mm-hmm.
4-story is really unusual. Why go? How are you going to get customers to go up to the 4th floor?
Great question. So I think for us, and I totally agree with you. So, our project aside, you look at certain tenants, they like that kind of thing. You look at a tenant like Suit Supply over there in Upper Kirby. They like being on that kind of 2nd story type space because they want to be a destination. People coming there strictly to go to Suit Supply, and they have that audience that they're going to attract there. For us, for this building, we're looking at it more of a statement piece for the project. To where if you look at the design, the architecture, we're using a unique material on the outside of it called Shapeshift that kind of has that futuristic, spacey look to the building, look to the material, and it's a good statement piece that brings everybody into the project. So for us, our tenants that we're looking for, ground floor we have retail. We're looking at more restaurant type tenants, and then the 2nd and 3rd floor, we're talking about fitness components. So the 2nd and 3rd floor will be one tenant. And then the rooftop will be another destination, like I mentioned previously. That's an attraction. Like I mentioned, the rooftop bar, to where if I'm going to a bar, I'm going to the rooftop, I'm going for the views. That's an easy sell for a tenant there. And then the 2nd, 3rd floor will be one tenant.
The exterior, the renderings I've seen of the exterior look pretty good. It reminds me of like the new football stadium in Las Vegas, the new stadium, that exterior that's good. I like the exterior, the cool exterior.
Yes, sir.
And your anticipated, when are you going to finish that, man?
No, so we'll have substantial completion on the retail portion of the project, the retail pavilion, by Q2 this year. So tenants will get started on their build out and everything. I anticipate our first tenants probably opening maybe towards the end of this year or Q1 next year after build out and everything. But we'll turn over.
Condo tower, where's that in terms of progress?
Condo tower, we expect that to be started to completion towards the end of next year. So we're looking for hotel opening, condos moving in towards the end of next year, or Q1 23.
Okay. I know, big deal right now on your agenda because you're there. You're doing this remotely. Project in San Antonio on the Riverwalk.
Yes, sir.
You've got hotel, condo. You want to be on the Riverwalk. That's prime space. So
yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about your San Antonio project. When will you actually get guests in the hotel and all that stuff?
That's why I'm here now. I'll probably be here at least once a week for the next few weeks, but we open up February 18th.
February 18th.
Yes, sir. February 18th. We originally planned to open late last year, but with COVID and everything, we decided to push back the opening, and we're there now. So no turning back. We're opening February 18th. It's a interesting project because when this one first came across, we looked at it, we evaluated, and we weren't even, it was our first venture into the hospitality industry. We've been primarily doing luxury condos and other like retail projects, but we saw the opportunity. And, we saw the site, saw the Riverwalk, and we're like, okay, this could be something here. And then once we did some more research and due diligence, we saw that the hotel market in San Antonio was even better than Houston as far as, the tourist travel that's generated, the convention. And so we took a good hard look at it and fell in love with the brand, the Thompson. Tobin Center is a great performing arts center that's right across from us that we'll do some great partnerships with. And then we took our expertise on the condo side and blended that with the hotel to where over here we only have 60 condo units here as opposed to Houston where we have 100. But we weren't sure about the condo market. In hindsight, we wish we did more because we were probably one of the fastest selling condos in Texas. We only have 4 units left here. Yeah, and condo residents they already live here. They've been here for a few months now, so they're excited for the hotel to be opening as well, because that's that was the main selling point. And same thing for Houston, to be able to balance that, live like you're on vacation, to where your condo residents are able to partake in room service. They're going to have special resident programs with the hotel, like a card that gets them certain kind of discounts and everything like that. They have access to the pool, access to the cleaning. Can take advantage as much as they like or as little as they want, but they get their own separate entrance. They can truly feel separated like they want to, or they can feel integrated as part of the hotel.
Very cool. Very cool. February 18th for the hotel.
February 18th for the hotel opening.
That's a Thompson's. That's another Thompson's brand.
Another Thompson. Yep. Yes, sir. So Thompson's really doing a big Texas takeover right now. So Dallas just opened up recently. We're about to open up San Antonio. Austin's going to be later this year, and then we have Houston in a couple of years as well. So
that's cool. What kind of rate do you think you're going to be able to generate there at the hotel in San Antonio?
No, great question. We're looking. We're going to be probably in the mid 300s on the rate here right now. The top
300 a night. 300 a night. Okay.
Yeah, mid 300s a night. Correct.
Mm-hmm. That's great. You'd be making money in no time, man.
That's now we're trying to. One of the big things that we liked about Thompson was the food and beverage aspect of it, to where they truly they do a good job with their food and beverage outlets. Our location in San Antonio is gonna have a rooftop restaurant and bar. We have a signature restaurant on the ground floor, and then also a pool deck. So those are ways to generate additional income when people aren't traveling as much. But luckily for being San Antonio, there's a lot of commuter traffic we're going to get. A lot of people are going to be able to drive here if you're not quite comfortable flying yet. A lot of people coming on vacation will come out and drive and stay here. We're seeing a lot of activity already for spring break, and Fiesta just got moved. It was supposed to be in April, but they're moving Fiesta, which is one of the city's biggest celebrations. They're moving that to June. So there's a lot of things like that that'll generate a lot of traffic here. So we're hoping that, a lot of that, the food and beverage uptick, the fact that, Texas isn't as shut down as the rest of the nation, will help bring some of that revenue that we might have lost due to COVID slowdowns.
Yeah, well, a lot of people might be asking that. They say, look, man, in the COVID era, who wants to get on the elevator anymore? It's like they used to be. And that would, I think, make things, a drawback for some folks that are leery about staying in a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I want to, be on the top floor of a condo tower anymore and kind of be packed in. And you've heard about the movement to the suburbs and all these things, especially in, some of these cities that are dependent on mass transit to get downtown, heavily dependent on it.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, everybody's going for cleaner air in the buildings, and touchless doorknobs and things like that, and touchless elevator buttons and all those. Nevertheless, you're opening a hotel, and the pandemic is still happening, and you're selling condo units, and the pandemic is still a real factor. So, how do you talk yourself out of that one?
Yeah, no, great question. I think, we were pleasantly surprised last year. Last year when we were in the thick of it, it was slow. I'll be honest, it was slow for a little while, but then we saw that uptick. The people that had a little bit more patient money, the penthouse buyers, they were still looking, and they were still, looking to potentially downsize. They were excited about the fact that we had the separation. So you're not necessarily living in a condo that's in the hotel and you have to interact with all that. We have the separate entrances. You have your own separate amenities if you need it. So it's where you can truly just, have that lock and leave lifestyle, but be separated by yourself, or you can take part in everything. Everybody's confident that we will get back to normal eventually, or somewhat normal. And so they still want to take advantage of deals and get into a project that had all the amenities that we have at the Allen. Same thing with San Antonio. There's really been nothing like this in San Antonio And then similar to Houston, the hotel condo is something that they can truly, live like you're on vacation and take advantage of amenities. You can downsize to where you might not need as many bedrooms in your home because you have the hotel to help, overflow guests. But, being conscious of, new changing environments, and that goes not only for the hotel market, but our retail we're seeing restaurants, now patio is king everywhere. You see in River Oaks District in Houston, you see Toulouse was doing a great job with that big outdoor patio they had there. So, being able to show, new outdoor space on the retail pavilion at the Allen, we expanded our patio space because of that on our ground floor tenant to be able to accommodate tenants looking for more outside space. So doing thoughtful things.
And if folks who have been, reading realtynewsreport.com, they would know, they would be in touch. But the latest news was, hey, you just broke ground last week on a mixed-use office and retail project just on San Felipe, just inside the Loop. Tell us a little bit about, I think it's called, was it 4411?
4411, yeah, 4411. People were like, whoa, you guys are crazy. You're building an office building in the middle of this thing. But luckily, like I said, we're not that crazy because we're going into it already 60% lease, meaning that we're moving our corporate headquarters there. We have another a lease done for another full floor tenant. So we're going with a little limited office risk there. And we have a lead retail tenant on the ground floor in the Advanced Bank. So we have about close to 17,000 square feet of retail and another 72,000 of office where we have, 2/3 of that already done. So we're excited about the location of the project. We think that'll be able to attract tenants that are looking for a boutique office. We think, a lot of people have been working from home, but we do believe that office will get back. It's going to take some more planning. I think before we saw a lot more open office environments. I don't know if that's going to stay this time as we come back, but maybe we get some different kind of planning. But we're open, and so what we're doing on our end is we're offering different kind of test fits. We have our group working out different test fits for different types of floor plans and setups that office users can use. Our brokers have really been thoughtful about targeting certain types of users for the space, and same thing on retail. On the retail front, it has been a lot slower for local restaurants and everything that are looking to expand. But out of town, we're getting a lot of interest from out of town retailers that they might be shut down in their areas, but they see how things are open in Houston or in Texas for saying they're looking to get down here. So a majority of our interest have been from out of town retailers looking to expand to Houston and be one of the first ones here.
Yeah, well, you've got these 3 projects. I'm sure they'll keep you busy. I mean, maybe that's all you can handle. You have anything else in the pipeline that
always looking. So we are, we're in San Antonio now. This project's about to finish, but we are looking for more projects there. We're also evaluating, a couple other opportunities in Houston. But as you mentioned, like the Allen alone, that's a lot on our plate right now. I'm looking at, starting to plan out phase 2 of that actually. So we're kind of, brainstorming on ideas and, talking with different people about opportunities on how we develop out the rest of the site. Cause it is a bigger 6-acre tract that we're just doing the first part on. So, we had our big master plan in the beginning, but, where we called for maybe 2 offices. Do we really need 2 offices in this environment now? So now we're getting to the point where let's do some thoughtful thinking on how we plan out the rest of the site and really blend everything together, keeping everything that's been going on in mind. So that's what's on my plate right now, working on, phase 2 and then looking at future projects.
Future projects like a Houston condo, residential tower?
We still have to finish up this current residential tower. We're about 25% sold right now on the Allen. So on Allen residential tower. So we, once we digest that, then we can start looking at another condo tower. But for now, I think we have our hands full on the residential tower there.
Do you have any land under contract anywhere?
Not currently, no. Not currently.
No, if you're looking for someplace, if you're driving around, just looking for things to look out the windshield at on Sunday, the Allen is just west of downtown. I think the little street next to it's called Gillette.
That's correct.
You're next to the Federal Reserve building, the funny looking Federal Reserve building. I think it's Graves or somebody was arguing, but they cut loose on that building, and but you can't miss it. It's different. But right across the street from that is the 6 acres that DC Partner has, and we'll be interested to see where they go to from that.
Yep. No, we're excited about that. And specifically the views. Like, every time I go over to the sales center, and I'm just in awe about the postcard views we're going to get, to the east, and the views of the park. And I know we're pretty excited about what we're offering there.
Well, you I believe that you've done the Marlowe, the downtown, right next to Green Street, the mixed use project by Midway, and I believe you used to work at Midway. Isn't that right?
I did. I used to work at Midway. Exactly.
Well, anyway, there's the 3-block project there with Midway's Green Street, and then right next to that on the east side, I believe, is Marlowe, which is that. What's the status of that? Have you sold that out yet?
We have one unit left for sale.
1 unit left.
1 unit left. So yeah, we are actively marketing that unit now. It's a great unit. I think that was a good project just because there wasn't anything new in the for sale market downtown. So we built something that wasn't at the higher price point like our Arabella and Astoria projects, but people that wanted to be downtown, people that enjoyed downtown, that currently rented it. That was our market there. So we have 1 unit left. It's a little under 2,000 square feet, and so it's great unit, great views as well downtown, and people that appreciate being downtown. For me, people always complain about, oh, there's these buildings blocking my view, but I think it's like, being in New York or other places with skyscrapers. I like looking out the window and seeing the different towers and everything. It's a good look. So people that appreciate that have apprecited Marlowe, and it's a lot.
What do you think about downtown right now? I mean, you walk down there, of course, most people are working from home. I guess the most people are working from home, and when I was down there, felt a little bit lonely.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
The owner of a restaurant or a sandwich shop, I'd feel really.
No, I hear you. I think it was kind of last time I was down there, but I do think it will turn around. I think now that people are the vaccines are starting to roll out. I drove past the Smart Financial Center this morning on my way to San Antonio, and I saw the lines out to the street for the vaccination deal they're doing right now. But I think as we get more people vaccinated throughout the first 2 quarters of the year, I think we'll start to see some of that come back. And I think downtown was at a point where it was coming back while we were building Marlowe. I think was it the Super Bowl or the All-Star game? One of those things happened here in Houston, and we saw a lot of activity. People were coming to downtown for that event, and they saw how downtown was vibrant and how downtown was coming back. And I think we'll get back to that once everything starts to come back to some kind of normalcy.
Yeah. All right. Well, Acho, Azuike,
yes, sir.
Thank you very much for being here, and thank you for. Hey, DC Partners is doing stuff. They're starting stuff. They're building stuff, which a lot of people have pulled in their horns, and they're out there and looking to the future. So,
yes, sir.
While you're busy opening that new San Antonio hotel, it's the Thompson, and the residents there are the art residences at the Thompson. So,
yes, sir.
You're looking at the newest hotel to open San Antonio.
Yeah, 4 units left over here too. So if you're looking for investment property in San Antonio, come see us. 4 units left.
All right. Thank you very much, and stay in touch. Let us know how you guys are doing.
Will do. Thanks a lot, Ralph.